Dire team ban.
Hello everyone and welcome. Here we are to the finals for the TT eSports Dota 2 weekly number 11. Powered by Androids and brought to you by me, Kanaz, today on this beautiful Sunday morning for me, afternoon for maybe most people. But we are going to be here in the grand finals. Best of 3 match between Scandic Elks and Alien Invasion. Looks like Scandic, they're going to be on the Dire side with the first pick, and that leaves Alien Invasion on the Radiant. With second, ban phase is going to get underway here, however. We're going to have Lifestealer and Lone Druid coming out as the first ban from each team respectively, and then a Bat Rider for the second ban coming out from the Elks. So we'll see what else they want to pair that up with. For Alien Invasion, they got that Lone Druid certainly already banned out. It looks like these teams know each other. I guess I don't know for certain, but they were doing a little bit of trash talking, a little trash talking between the games while we were in that lobby.
10 seconds remaining.
Sound like they might have been friends, I don't know. Maybe just speculating a little more than I need to be.
Dire team pick.
But we are going to see exactly how this draft unfolds with the Ezreal ban going to be coming out from Alien Invasion. Leaves to a Nyx Assassin actually first pick from the Elks. So Magnus is in the pool if Alien Invasion want to take that for one of their first 2 picks. Wouldn't be particularly surprised to see that. Nyx is one of the better heroes kind of against the Magnus, just because Spike Carapace really triggers on a lot of Magnus' abilities. When he blinks in, if he tries to do this rock the skewer definitely directly after that reverse polarity, it's kind of hard. You get stunned by the Spike Carapace, take some damage, maybe you don't get out as far as you were necessarily planning on it, or you try and use the shockwave, ends up hitting you. You know, you get punished a little bit. Spike Carapace is definitely a good ability and works against Magnus in a couple different ways. We're going to see a Rubik to pair up with it, though. They don't want to give away the Rubik. We saw in that last game how Rubik stealing reverse polarity can really sort of turn the tide of a fight. Even though it did end up going the way of Magnus' team in Alien Invasion, they moved on. But the Rubik, you know, kind of kept their team in there a little bit longer than maybe they otherwise would have been. Shadow Demon and Gyrocopter now going to come as the second and third pick from the Elks.
10 seconds remaining.
So, just picking up sort of the really powerful carry in the form of the Gyrocopter, as well as one of the supports that we kind of see almost always make it through the pool into that first pick phase, and often does get picked up in that first pick phase, that Shadow Demon. Definitely one of my favorite supports. He combos up so well with so many heroes, and you know, just always really a boon to have on your team. He scales pretty decently all game for a sort of ranged support hero, with all of his abilities just always being useful. Having a percent-based damage amp is obviously great in all stages of the game. His ultimate always has that slow, always goes through BKB, does pretty decent damage. And of course Disruption, because it makes illusions of a hero, can be relevant in all stages of the game. And Darkseer are going to be the last pick from Alien Invasion, so it looks like they have 2 solos picked up in the form of the Magnus and the Darkseer. Elks, on the other hand, it looks like they might be just rocking their tri-lane. It's kind of hard to say exactly how they're going to want to run it. Maybe Gyrocopter ends up in the mid lane, or even safe lane solo if they want to run an aggressive tri-lane, with some other yet-to-be-seen third hero. Or they could even possibly run Nyx Assassin in sort of the mid-roll and pick up completely different lanes entirely. Who knows? They have some options, but this is also very possible to just be a tri-lane. I think with the way most teams have sort of settled down in how they want to play both Gyrocopter and Nyx Assassin, we are looking at a tri-lane with those 3 heroes. So the bans coming out, we're going to see Alien Invasion banning out Queen of Pain to start off with. Puck, going to be the ban from Elks. Kind of surprised to see the Puck ban. I don't know. I think if they had left in the pool, Alien Invasion might have banned it out, and I'm not sure AI ever picked that up. With the Darkseer, with the Magnus already on their team, I think both those heroes are going to want to be soloing, and can't really imagine Puck fitting into their laning stage, but it does get banned out nonetheless. And we're going to see a Lustrek ban coming out from Elks, so trying to take on another support hero who might work well with the Rubik. TA going to be the ban from AI, so picking out those mid heroes once again, which does seem pretty standard looking at Elks lineup. You know, again, if they're just run these heroes as a tri lane. Looks like some talk going on.
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Oop. Not sure why they're so concerned about the stream, whatever. Anti-Mage going to be the final ban from Elks, and now we're looking at AI's final ban. I'm not sure if they're just going to stick on the mid-heroes route, who they want to ban out then. I think I would have thought Puck, but Puck got banned out by Elks, so they're going to go with actually Storm Spirit. Kind of interesting to see Storm Spirit. We don't see a ton of him, and usually when we do, it's paired up, obviously, with the Life Stealer, who was banned out in that first ban phase, so whatever, we're not going to see him nonetheless, and we get to see what Elks do want to go for now. How they want to try and finish out their draft, how they want to round it out, and exactly how they want to lean these heroes. They do have some options, obviously, at the moment.
10 seconds remaining.
And as they pick up these heroes, we'll sort of get a feel for how they want to run the Gyrocopter, how they want to run the Nyx. If they're going to run this as a trial, if they're going to try and grab some solos here, maybe they go with the Clockwork here. Clockwork, a really strong hero against Magnus, and not going to be seeing him at least picked up right now with that Weaver pick. With the Weaver, you kind of expect to see in the off lane, and then they're probably looking for a mid hero. It's also possible they could tri-lane the Weaver, so Gyrocopter mid look for an off lane. I really... Okay, tree. That's not what I would have... You know, throw everything to the window. I don't even need to try and guess what these teams are doing. They know what they're doing. They're confident in their play, and they pick up heroes like Tree Protector. And Sven going to be that pick from Alien Invasion. Didn't really comment on it. Sven, not a hero we see a ton of. Probably going to be in a farming role this game. Sven and Magnus, obviously, sort of the old Wombo combo we saw months and months ago with the Empower on Sven. He gets all the damage items, reverse polarity, of course, there. And then that cleave with the crits from Sven and the God Strength, just to try and destroy a team as quickly as possible. Combo that up with a Darkseer. He has the vacuum, he has the wall, and you're doing a lot of damage in a very, very tight, compressed AoE. So we'll see if they can get the Wombo combo off and how their lanes end up working out, if they can really sort of get the farm they need to start pulling things off. They can take it to late game. Elks don't really have the greatest early game team. Tree and Protector, definitely a hero that can work against this strategy with that overgrowth ability to sort of just stall out the fight for a little bit. Has the sort of counter initiating potential as well as initiating potential if he can get in there early on in the game. Walk around invisible, Nature's Guides. Always have to be wary of those trees. And it looks like that pick maybe putting Alien Invasion a little bit on the back foot. They're spending some more time. Think about where they want to go to finish off this draft. Kind of just expected to see a support hero. Maybe something like Lina would be really good here. Personally, I maybe overvalue Lina. I think Lina would be very good, though. Brings more AoE to the table. Pairs up pretty well with Rubik and Sven, who both have disables to set up the Light Strike array. And just having a lot of burst damage, especially in the AoE, if they're going for that kind of route, can definitely be possible. It's also certainly not out of the question they could pick up something that wants the jungle here and just run Rubik's Sven as a dual lane with sort of a defensive jungler helping them out. But they're just going to go with the lead anyways. Again, I think that's the right pick. Maybe there was some question about it, who knows. But we're going to get into the game momentarily, waiting for the players to pick up their heroes, and then we will get into this first game in this grand finals. See who gets to take home the prizes and who goes home with just some points, which are obviously relevant for the end of month tournaments. Come on, last player, Elks. There we go. Someone had a crash. I don't know who it was. It's too bad they can't see my sad face. I was feeling pretty sad about that too. Who crashed? Oh, I see. Azalor crashed. Interesting. Looks like someone is weaving. Is it Weaver? Oh, no, Weaver's on the other team. Darn. I almost made a clever joke, and then they got me. You know, these guys, they just don't support me more. Can't even see the map anymore. Thanks, Magnus. Well, we could go over the players, though. So boring. I agree. Dire side, we got the Elks. Scandic Elks. Danny, going to be playing the Shadow Demon, Koofy. Coffee? That's what he's calling? Koofy? We'll go Koofy. On the Gyrocopter, Chips Hajin. On the Nyx Assassin, Hwa, HWA. On the Weaver. Nihis on the Treant Protector. See how they want to lane it, if they're going to run the Tri-Lane just with the Gyrocopter, if they're going to run with the Weaver. I don't know. I really don't know what they're going to want to do. If they want to send Weaver with the Tri-Lane, maybe Gyrocopter mid, off-lane Protector. Weaver mid, off-lane Protector, Gyrocopter Tri-Lane. I think they have options, and maybe they're going to think about what AI's line up or lanes are going to be. But we'll go over their players too. We have Exist playing Magnus, Clays, Darkseer, Creatret on the Lina, Azalor on the Rubik, and Fairly Smuck on that Sven. And it looks like they are all heading to their own jungle, at least for the moment. We'll see if they hang out there. Who ends up sticking around. Kind of expecting Exist to head to the mid lane of Magnus. Top lane going to be Clays, the Darkseer, and then that Tri-Lane with the Sven, Lina, and Rubik. Let's see what's going on elsewhere. We have Koofy up in the top lane and Gyrocopter. Looks like Treant Protector hanging out in the mid lane for the moment. Probably not a great matchup for Magnus, all things considered, even with the, Empower. It's kind of how we see Magnus win in the melee versus melee mid lane sort of things. Those pings are coming out on Clays. So they're tri-laning the Weaver.
The battle begins.
Alright, so we're going to get to it though. So this looks like it's going to be a try versus try situation. In this bottom lane, Scandic Elks, Nyx Assassin, Shadow Demon, it's definitely a pretty powerful lane. Weaver, not who you always expect to see, if just like is just the antenna that are really big and stupid looking. Alright. So we'll see who's able to get the best of the farm down here. Looks like the supports might get in a little slap fight. And we'll see who gets the best of the farm. I kind of expected Weaver to get it just because he's a rage hero. It looks like he's getting the advantage, at least for the moment. But not sure how long that's really going to stay at the tower. Already laying some damage into this creep wave Smuck, trying to get whatever last hits he can. Camp's already blocked. Looks like Nyx Assassin taking some damage here. Has the Impale stuns coming out, the Disruption going to keep him alive with that. He helped from the living armor as well. Smuck taking a lot of damage, might go down just barely alive. HWA going to be forced to retreat as well. And alright, so blows being traded, everyone just going to salve up. Regen being swapped on both sides, but I think that did go in favor of AI a little bit. They had a couple heroes on the Elks side that had to use salves, it looks like. One, maybe Maybe Nyx didn't use his? I had 2, maybe. Nyx was pretty low though, I imagine he did sell, that's why I said full health. And continuing to just trade farm down here, but Weaver still ahead. Only a little bit, a couple last hits. Alright, I think that was probably a waste of mana, Nyx. I know it was funny. Probably come the first stun there, and there's the second one on Shadow Demon, and then another stun for follow-up. They should be able to get this kill. Disruption going to be there, however. Smuk trying to run away. Can they get the kill on Denny? He goes down. First blood goes for Creature, who's probably going to lose her life. The stun is there, though. Still alive. The Impale going to land. Gets that kill. The Living Armor keeping Weaver alive. Take a little bit of damage from the tower, and going to be able to just walk back fine. Living Armor, too strong. Too strong. Blocking 40 damage. But First Blood does go the way of AI. They end up trading a support for his support. Smuk has to be careful. He doesn't have the salve here. He's trying to use a clarity to get that mana back up. Has enough for his stun again, but can't really farm until someone brings him some health regen.
You are a true friend.
And it looks like that's going to be Ezreal on the Rubik, who's going to bring him some health regen. Gives him his salve, just trying to heal him up. Danny taking some tower hits. Ezreal maybe in some trouble. Can get him. He's gonna be alive for the moment. There's a stun. Danny's gonna lose his life as well. Maybe not. Living Armor. Gotta remember that's coming. And works pretty well. Alright. I don't know what's going on with the stream today, guys. It's been lagging all day. Sounds like it's having trouble once again, according to chat. But we're continuing down here. Smuk trying to get some more farms, sitting at 5 last hits. Not really where he wants to be right now. And he needs to be careful, too. If he gets disrupted by a Shadow Demon and its Soul Catcher catches on him, he's probably in a lot of trouble. Good chance he does not survive that. And the disruption going to be there on Smuk. He's still alive for the moment. The Weaver Swarm is there. HWA trying to chase in. The Swarm's on him. And gets the kill on Smuk. Lifted up. Still alive though. This Living Armor just letting them tower dive like mad. Ezreal probably in some trouble as well. HWA just sitting in here. Going to continue running through. Going to spot him out. Trying to get these attacks off. Gemini attack going off. It should be gonna get lifted up, but Living Armor is still there. Just back off cooldown, and Ezreal gonna lose life. HW gets that kill as well. Nyx taking a lot of damage from the tower for that, with the stun. Danny and Chip Sajin both really low on HP, but we were gonna be able to get away just fine. Smuk can't do anything about it, and this Living Armor is still up. And my phone ringing. Not really going the way I think AA wanted to. 4-1 is the kill score now, and all this kills taking place in this bottom lane. This Living Armor from the solo mid living Tree Protector. Can't remember what that guy's name is. Just usually call him Tree. Really kind of working wonders right now, keeping all these people down the bottom lane alive, and it looks like they might be trying to set up something in the top lane instead.
Yes, I believe I did.
Can they get the kill on Goofy? The Living Armor gonna, or Light Striker rather, gonna miss, and that's gonna be a failed smoke gank coming out from AI. Not what they want to see. They spent a lot of time moving up here with these supports, leaving Sven alone, the bottom lane, who's now actually jungling. Only level 3 up on him, popping the Warcry just for armor. Trying to minimize the damage he's taking while he's in this jungle. But definitely not the position he wants to be in right now. Forced out of lane completely. Looks like some pings coming up, and Vizran going to be in the bottom. River gets bottled up by Tree. And he's going to buy some arcane boots. Yep. So he's got arcane boots up now. He bought a hatchet as well, just so that Magnus has as much trouble last hitting as possible. No big deal. I hit for 100 with like no stats. Jeez. Skur gonna be there on Nihis, I don't know. Exist. Gonna get caught up by the overgrowth and probably gonna lose his life. He's up. Smuk gonna get the stun as well, the defensive disruption. Going to keep Chipsage alive. And Magus takes a lot of damage from that Spike Carapace. He's trapped in the jungle. Smuk might be in some trouble. And going to actually go down. Nyx will go down as well, however, from creature rotating in. Danny is hit by a tower a little bit here, trying to run the other way. Creature has the Light Strike array, going to barely miss land. Gets the kill. Ends up being 3-2 in favor of AI, but they lose their Magnus, they lose their Sven, and they get a couple supports in trade. It's definitely not what I want to be doing this Sven, not really getting any momentum here. He's hanging out in the mid lane now while Magnus is heading down towards bottom, it looks like. Weaver's just kind of been left alone down here for a while. Has treads, has Ring of Basilius, 600 gold beyond it, and he was against a tri-lane. He's doing pretty okay for himself. It looks like Kofi gonna chase after Clay's up here. I don't think he's gonna be able to get this kill. Maybe not, but that lifting armor not making it so this isn't being punished at all. Kofi's just gonna run away now. Getting telekinesed up. The ult gonna come down from the gyrocopter, doing pretty good damage, taking damage as well though, and Stormbolt not going to land there because of the fog. Smuk trying to chase the Warcry, giving them the move speed, but it looks like he's gonna be able to get away. And with that Lithic Arrow up, he's willing to just run into the tower instead of going the way everyone is expecting.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And in the meantime, Kira goes down. Weaver, level 8, gets a kill. The creeps actually killed the tower off. I don't know if this is really what AA want to be doing. They're not getting a lot done. They're moving around now because they lost their tri-lane so hard. See, experience is about 3k in favor of Elks. Gold, about 4k. And that's only 9 minutes into the game. They do have to worry about this Weaver's farming pretty well, Gyrocopter's farming pretty well. And these heroes are definitely going to be able to do a lot of physical damage into that mid game. And these squish heroes like Lina, like Rubik, are going to be able to do a ton about it. Even Magnus to some extent is going to be in some trouble. And Magnus taking a lot of damage here. They're going to do as much as they can right now. Overgrowth going to come out. It doesn't really hold exist in place. It looks like Nihit's going to lose his life. Chipsage going to get reverse polarity. He's down already. Donnie trying to get away. Smuk is chasing. How long until that Stormbolt's up? Looks like too long. He's not going to be able to keep after it. So, 2 kills, going back the way of AI in this mid lane. Smuk grabbing one of them. I don't know who looks like Lina got the other. No. Nobody got the other. Nick Sessa went down in the tower.
Killing spree.
And anytime Weaver getting a kill in the bottom lane on Lina,
Regeneration.
Ezreal not going to be able to really do anything on the Rubik, lifts him up, but
Radiant's bottom tower
nothing going to
is
come
under
of it.
attack.
Sven in that mid lane was trying to do damage to the tower, isn't even really able to get it that low. And now he's trying to farm in the mid lane, not having a ton of success, it looks like. He needs to keep kiting in and out of the creep wave, doesn't want to get caught out. He knows that the train protector's here, doesn't know who else is around. Shadow David might have been spotted. It is nighttime, so it's hard to see up that cliff just from across the other side. Kofi with the flag cannon doing a lot of damage to Clays. Getting harassed a little bit by the tower now. I'm not sure what he's picked up. Maybe probably part Shadowblade. Yep, Shadow Amulet. I think this is to be expected with how the Gyrocopter's kind of been farming and how aggressive Elks look like they want to be playing here. They don't really want to get to the point where they can get wombo comboed down. By a farmed Sven, they know they have the advantage now because of the early game. Here comes the gank on Clays. He's in a lot of trouble. The call down being used as well. He's just going to go down the ult, or vacuum not even coming off there from Darkseer. It looked like he wanted to get off. Ezreal stole Shikuchi, it looks like. Going to hide in the trees. Needs to get that telekinesis off maybe? No, Kofi pinged where he was. It looks like they're just going to give it up. Creature running away. And just going to end up being a free kill for Elks, looks like. And Ezreal would be in some trouble here as well. Good as Shikuchi actually to block the homing missile. Pretty heads-up play there. Realizing that it doesn't hit an invis if you just run at it with that Shikuchi up. Can block the stun. Of course, he did still have it stolen from the Weaver earlier. Weaver, not a lot of spells he can really give away. Swarm has a long cooldown. Probably not going to ever really give that away. And if you give away time lapse, not really what you want to be doing. We've got a time lapse away and Exist barely going to get out. That second hit from Gemini attack would have been his death. And it's going to fly across the map now to catch Exist. Maybe not. Looks like they smoked up. Maybe they want to go for a kill on HWA on this Weaver.
Tower is under attack.
I don't know if they'll be able to get it. They're trying to keep up. HWA is still running. And they're not going to be able to get it. Maybe just a little too early for Ezreal. This isn't a lot of HP. The Light Striker is going to be out there and misses Nihis. Going to get the Overgrowth. All he really catches on Creature. So not going to be able to do too much with it. Chips out and gets the kill on Lina. Gets her ult off on the Nyx before she dies, though. Looks like Nyx probably going to lose his life. No, the Spike Carver's doing some good damage there. And Magnus ends up losing his life. Double kill for a Weaver. Picking off these heroes in the back of the fight. Now Smuck on the retreat path. And Weaver chasing after. Should be able to get this kill as well. Shadow Demon getting that last hit. Clays. He's under the tower. He's trying to get away, but gonna go down. Double kill for Shadow Demon. Ends up being a 4-for-1 trade. All they get is support Nyx. Actually, 5-for-1. Lina already respawning. They lose their whole team and they only get a Nyx out of it. They give some kills to Shadow Demon, but some kills to Weaver as well. You see the Weaver sitting at 505 now, gonna be able to get the kill on that tower as well. It's Rubik porting in. Has the Shikuchi stolen? Immediately steals it upon getting in there. If he accidentally stolen Swarm there, it would have been pretty much his death. Not sure if Weaver noticed it was Rubik, didn't really think about it, who knows. But Rubik does get away even though he played very, very, very over aggressively there. Kuvi has the Shadow Blade done, looks like he's going to spot out a double damager in the upper river. You know it's there, looks like he didn't want to pick it up, maybe going to give it to someone else, like this Weaver. Has a Yasha picked up, as well as Treads and Drum, so going to be a very fast race car Weaver coming here. Not sure if he'll finish the Yasha into Manta style to start things off, or if he's going to go a different route. Kind of hard to say. I would sort of expect the Manta. I think it's a pretty good pickup. They have a lot of splash damage that makes the illusions kind of bad, but at the same time, there's not a ton of splash damage actually coming out right now. You'd expect a lot, and in fact there isn't really any, considering that the Sven sort of does nothing at the moment. He has Treads, and that's it. Magnus has no points at all in power yet. Looks like we're going in here. Smuck gonna get the stun on Kufi. Looks like they want to go for the kill. The ult coming out, God Strength from Smuck. He wants to go, and not really gonna be able to do too much. There's the vacuum. Looks like Kufi's gonna be the first one to lose his life. The ult though coming through finishes off Smug. HWA is unstoppable. First player gonna catch on too, but this doesn't look like there's really real follow up. And with that double damage, HWA gonna finish off the Lina now. Clay's on the retreat out. Yeah. I think they thought that might work out better than it actually did with that vacuum. HWA just gonna get away though. Ends up with an ultra kill. An AI. Feeling like they're pretty far out of this one. 10k the experience lead, 12k the gold. Both in favor of Elks. And it's 16 minutes in, it's 18-8 the kill score. Tower gonna go down, Weaver gets that last hit as well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Looks like Kufi gonna be pinging the crap out of Roshan here. Like, hey guys, let's go kill this. Let us slay this guy. Perhaps he will be more of a challenge. And I don't know right now if he will be more of a challenge. They have a lot of damage, a lot of physical damage. They have that medallion up on the Shadow Demon as well, for the Midas armor. And it looks like it's gonna go down. As they're pinging it like, hey, this is where they are. Weaver gets the Aegis. Makes this hero that hasn't died. It's probably not even killable at this point with Manta and all the move speed in the world. Ezreal gonna just Shikuchi away. Pretty much the only spell he's been able to steal this game, or maybe the only spell he's tried to steal. It's certainly a pretty decent spell for just Rubik trying to survive in these fights. But HWA, like, diving almost tier 3s again at living armor. Just making him feel like he can be as aggressive as he wants. Nia's getting close to level 11 on that tree protector. Have that second point overgrowth.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Alpha Mix coming through does some damage. It looks like he will lose his life though. Wasn't able to finish off creature. Just kind of probably super over aggressive play there. Try to get the pick off on the Lina. He was never running through areas that do have the true sight, so they know it's coming. Ends up losing his life. Kufi doing some damage here, farming up. The ult gonna come through for Tree Protector. Actually catch on Ezreal, but it looks like Smuk might lose his life.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
First player gonna come through from Exist, hitting on Danny. And finishing off the Weaver, but with that Aegis up, he's just gonna come back to life. Smuk here, gonna get the stun on HWA as well. The ult coming through from Lina, and HWA time-lapsing himself back to almost dead. And goes down. Not what he intended to do, I'm sure, but 4 seconds ago, that was right before the Aegis popped. Tier 3 taking some damage as well with the return of HWA on the Weaver. Going to Manta as well, kind of awkwardly timed, so that the Illusions take all that damage from the Shockwave, but... Weaver dash refresh. Sure, buddy. Oh, I didn't realize we had cheats on. Dang. It looks like the push is going to rotate to the top lane now. This tier 2 taking some damage already up here. Creep wave at it. Going to get killed off pretty quickly by all the AoE coming out from the AI lineup. Keeping them off the tower for as long as they can. 22-11 is the kills. We see that there's still a huge lead for Elks, and it seems to be growing, even though it kind of closed the gap a little bit in terms of kills. They're not maybe as far behind as they once were. They did get that kill on Weaver. That was super lucky for them. Clay's taking some damage, getting burned as well. The ult gonna come through from Gyro. Doesn't look like it's gonna be able to do too much. Lina throwing that ult off on Gyrocopter though. Does a good amount of damage to him. He has the BKB up. So should be okay, all things considered, once we get into any sort of actual fight, but does lower his HP, makes him a little bit more vulnerable to getting picked off just from auto attacks. HWA gonna farm up the Radiant Ancients, no fear whatsoever.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It looks like there's going to be a team fight in the bottom lane, smoke being used by AI. They're going to run into several heroes here. One of them going to be Kufi. Can they get him down before he gets BKB off? Take a lot of damage, and they do manage to get him off. So he's going down. And with that Gyrocopter dead, it looks like several porting towards the top lane want to defend that tower. One of whom going to be Smuk on this fence. Still has absolutely nothing. Picked up a bracer since we last looked. This complete lack of item progression definitely going to be hurting AI. Even if they're sort of clawing in to the game once again, trying to hang on, do whatever they can. This Weaver, he's still getting big farm. He's got a Vitality booster picked up now, which goes sitting as well. 1500 gold. They're going for a kill. Gonna get that stun there. And HW gonna lose his life.
Were woven from the
You
first.
should have stood and fought like a man, even if you're not one.
That gem on Lena. Kind of giving that away. Excuse me, reverse player gonna land in this mid lane. It's gonna kill both supports off. Elks playing sloppy, give up 4 kills now, all over the map. And AI not getting punished at all. They're pulling it back, 15-22 now the kill score. And this isn't what Elks want. They want to keep this lead that they have. They don't want to give any room for sort of the combo to come out from AI. Kuvi gonna pop that ult there, kills off the creep wave, does a lot of damage to these heroes as well. Looks like Flat Cannon gonna get stolen by Rubik there. Probably not the spell he wanted when he saw that call unused, but will be the spell he gets nonetheless. Kufi. It's up to 1100 gold past the BKB. I'm not sure what his next pick is gonna be in terms of itemization. Everyone kind of just back on the map. It looks like Elks are slowing it down a little bit. Farming all over the place, trying to take advantage of all that map control they have. So just try to get some more items up. They don't need to be playing as aggressive as they really are. They have a lot of control in this game. It looked like they were feeling confident, ready to just close it out. Maybe getting punished a little bit for those feelings. There is still a lot of AoE up on that AI side. They get gyrocopters down again in the top lane while I'm talking. So they are continuing to pick up those kills. Stop really getting picked off here. It's even possible that AI might touch a tower here. Living armor healing it back up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, almost back up to full. No big deal. Looks like the blink gonna come out from tree, actually. After porting in, doesn't want to get stunned up. And we were kind of split pushing here. Some pings coming out to kill that tower in the mid lane, it looks like. All these towers, you know, they're trying to deal damage to them, but you can't just chip away against a nature or Treant Protector, excuse me. He has that living armor you can cast on towers. It gives it the regen, gives it the armor, and they can just sit there, you know, whatever, defend, keep them off the tower. They gotta still be feeling like they have the advantage in these big team fights just because of the level of experience and gold they have. But we can see that gold, even though it's still pretty far in favor of Elks, is kind of leveled off, only sitting above, just above 15k, which is kind of huge at 26 minutes. But experience has dropped down from being about 14k to only 8 now. And that's a lot of experience to be given back their way. Roshan gonna respawn now. Probably gonna see that go on HWA once again. Picks up a Demon Edge as well.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Kinda surprised to see the Demon Edge pick up. He already went for the Vitality booster, which I thought was the same as gonna want that heart next, just getting tanky. But maybe just getting the Vitality booster for the health that he needs now to survive in this mid-game phase. Is a pretty cost-effective item when all you want is some HP to just survive. And now he wants that damage for demons to be able to continue killing off these heroes very quickly. It looks like they're chasing after Smuk. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get the kill. The Stormfly through is going to catch on him. Unfortunately, Nyx headed back towards that creep camp, thinking maybe that Smoke was continuing to farm on the Sven. Was not the case. He's not going to be able to get the kill as a result. So no pick off at least there. Clay is running in. Kind of surprised to see that. It's very, very aggressive play there. And it doesn't look like too much is going to come of it. Continue to try to put these pressure in the middle lane, do whatever they can to get things done. They want to crack barracks. They want to try to secure this game, go on to the next one. Just ride that advantage that they created, but looks like they're a little timid about it. Not sure they can really take that fight going high ground. Again, the AoE coming out from AI is pretty huge, and there are levels starting to come up on Sven. He almost has enough money for the BKB, and he buys it immediately. He knows if he's dead, buyback probably not going to do anything anyways. He's not farmed enough to really matter if he goes down in the middle of a fight. If he dies getting picked off now, it is a big deal. But if he goes down in the fight, it's probably a lost fight anyways. If they lose a fight, they probably lose the game. Creature going to spot out the tree and protector there. Just going to force him back. He blinks away. More living armor being used. He's actually spending quite a bit of mana on this. Somewhat surprised to see Gyrocopter up in the top lane again. Looks like hey, maybe thinking about going for it, trying to set up another gank there. Gyrocopter just going to back off, learning his lesson not to go too far out up there by himself. He picks up a Demon Edge of his own, and it looks like it's going to be MKB with that Javelin pickup. Let's see what Weaver's gone for thus far. He's up to 2100 gold, hasn't picked up anything since the Demon Edge. I don't know what he's going to go for. I would kind of expect to see the Daedalus over the MKB here. Just in terms of damage. He already has quite a bit of base damage from the Manta style. And I think getting the crits might help him a little bit more than the True Strike. No one's going to really get Butterfly. Not Sven. At the very least, and that's the one that matters. As the Lord being like, hey guys, don't leave the base. Do not cross this line. The other side, there be wolves.
Radiant's top
Hang out in the
tower
bottom lane,
is under
smug
attack.
farming like with super obvious bait, hoping that someone will take it. He does have the BKB now, so he's probably feeling pretty safe. There aren't a ton of stuns up on Elks to really just lock him down until the BKB wears off. And of course, with BKB, you can't really set up with Disruption anymore, as it's very, very easy to, you know, pop the BKB immediately out of Disruption. You can just sit there and kind of spam whatever your hotkey is for it. Get it done, and pretty much won't ever be able to land any sort of stun out of it. Looks like they want to keep going for these fights in the middle lane, but nobody is really willing to from either team, and I think this is advantageous for Elks right now. Sven gonna pick up some lifesteal now. Looks like they might be going in. Could be taking a lot of damage. Gonna pop the BKB. They're pretty low on HP. In the meantime, now Tree and Protector gonna get the overgrowth on several heroes. Burst Polarity coming out as well, doing some damage. It's gonna be 3 heroes down. The carry's the only one left alive. Could be he's gonna lose his life as well. This is with Weaver not here. And now Weaver shows up. Needs to run away. Needs to run away. And gonna be able to get away. Actually, what has he picked up now? Looks like Crystallis and Daedalus Recipe. Yep.
Dire's middle tower
We have a
is under
Necro
attack.
Book picked up by Nyx and a Ghost Scepter picked up by Shadow Demon. Picks for
Dire's
items
middle
kind of all over the
tower
place
has
here.
fallen.
Shadow Demon just gonna put the Ghost Scepter back in his inventory.
Dire's middle
Tier
tower
2 taking
is
some
under
damage in the
attack.
mid lane. It looks like, hey, I want to take it down. Weaver,
Dire's structures are
surprised to see
fortified.
him heading back towards
Radiant's
this middle
top
lane.
tower is under attack.
I think he might have been able to force the issue a little bit more in that top lane. Gonna find Smuck though. Doing some pretty good damage to him. And gets the kill. Jeez. Sven maybe waiting a little too long on that stun, I don't know. Ends up losing his life though. On that retreat path out. So that's a free kill going to Weaver. It's on the carry, and I believe there's no buyback on Sven. No, there isn't. Or maybe there is, and this thing is sometimes wrong. Nope, he is about 20 gold off. That's gotta be miserable for Sven right now. Sitting there looking how he only needs 20 gold to buy back, and he can't. Maybe tough tier 3 gonna take some damage. Comes the first port in, it's going to be Clay's. The reverse player is going to be there off the vacuum, but the overgrowth for the counter initiate going to be there. Ezreal taking a lot of damage. HWA getting to fight with his own illusions, it looks like. Lina goes down, everyone pretty much dead. Buybacks from 3 heroes, Sven about to respawn as well. We'll see what they want to do with it if Elks are going to continue forcing this fight. Ezreal is still down on the Rubik. Looks like a chase going off on Kupi. He's going to be able to get away though. Living Armor going to try and heal him up. The Barracks taking some damage though in the meantime. Chip's going to be able to get away, it looks like, from the Spike Carapace. Still being chased, however, by pretty much everyone. Surge going to be there on Clay's, or Smuck rather. And it looks like he's going to be able to get away. So everyone getting out alive from Elks, even if just barely. They deal about half damage to the melee ranks as well as taking down tier 3 and force out a ton of buybacks. Looks like Sven finished Helm of the Dominator upon respawn. Somewhat surprised to see that. I'm not 100% sure it was worth the 950 gold. Maybe it was. It gives him additional armor. Armor good against what this Weaver's building, what this Gyrocopter's got. With his MKB done now, he's got lifesteal of his own up on the Gyro. But it looks like the push is reassembling in that middle lane. HWA picks something up. It's a Reaver, so he's going to finish off the heart now. Just wanted to grab more damage before he went all the way for it, I guess. Whatever. And it looks like the Helm of Iron Will on the way for Gyrocopter to finish off his Helm of the Dominator. People are just going to be dominating all over this map. Smuck just feeling super weak here. He's got the BKB, he's going to pop it now. There comes the God Strength as well. They're both trying to do damage to each other, but Smuck not winning that fight, and he's on no buyback. Melee Rack's already down. HWA gets a kill as well. Creature gonna go down. Darkseer gets a kill on Nyx actually, but Gyro finishes off Rubik. The Overgrowth gonna be there. Should be the death there. And Exist, the only one left alive. GG Go Next comes out from Ezreal.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
So that's going to be it for this game. We'll be back momentarily for the second one. I'm going to try restarting my router. See if that helps with the lag issues people are getting. If it is me, I don't know. But this was game 1 in the best of 3 for the finals of the weekly Dota 2 tournament sponsored by TT eSports. Number 11, of course, powered by Androids and brought to you today by me, your host, Kinez. We'll be back momentarily for that second game, and stick around so we can see the conclusion. Elks gonna be up 1 game. Be back momentarily.
Dire victory.